Am I excited for 4th of July? I do not like 4th of July anymore. What? What are we celebrating? What freedom? Please tell me.
This isn't going to work for the opener then.
Hello and welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kellie.
And I'm SP, and it's America's birthday. That's right. It's 4th of July week. I was going to say week of July. The 4th of July.
Independence Day.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday.
We have some mixed feelings. But today's show...
Oh, I'm wearing purple today, too. How perfect.
Oh, red, white, and purple. I'm wearing... What color would you say this is?
Green. Mint.
This is not mint green.
100% it's mint.
You think this is what mint ice cream looks like?
Yes.
If you're listening, just imagine what mint ice cream looks like.
It's light mint.
And then just know that that is
It's
nowhere
light
close
mint.
to what my shirt looks like.
It's
like a khaki
No.
tan.
It is not tan.
It is definitely tan. You've been telling me I'm just wearing a mint shirt all these days?
Yeah.
People thinking I got that's
Welcome to
my
my
favorite color.
colorblind husband.
He's pretty great. I like him.
Clothes edition.
Yeah, I don't see colors that well. That's definitely for sure.
But that is not khaki.
Well,
It's definitely green
it's
as a
not
base color.
mint.
It is.
Am I thinking teal?
Yes.
Look, colors are hard.
Yeah, I
don't know
know.
what to tell you. They're tricky. Anyway, we've got a show for you right now. Thanks for everybody who listened to the last show. We didn't do a video of that show because I think we may have said it, but I was so busy on the road that we had to do an audio version of it and get it out quick. So
Yeah.
we just did a show recently, which means we don't have a lot to follow up and talk about. Is there anything worth mentioning for the last couple of days? Not really. We've just been working on that house, baby.
Mentioning.
Painting some doors.
Painted doors.
Wiping some floors.
Wiping some floors.
No, so I don't think there's any updates, but that's
No.
okay because I've
Went to
got
dinner with my parents. That's about it. Oh, and your mom is feeling much better.
feeling better. Shout out to my mom. Hope you continue to feel better and better. Be safe out there, everybody. Lots of colds, lots of COVID going around
is on
right
the up
now.
and up. Not like it used to be, but
No, but it's. I think your dad was talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely been a spike of that kind of stuff. So be smart out there. Be smart. Are you looking for spiders? What is that?
I just had an itch, and so I was like, "Is there a bug down there?" It's a little bit in my head.
Because of the. I was
you
going to
killed
call it
the
a
largest-
tarantula.
Well, I mean, it basically was.
Imagine a black widow
kidding.
the size of a tarantula.
That would be the most terrifying
That's
thing ever.
what I took care of this week.
It was a huge black widow on the other side of our window.
A black window.
No, it wasn't that. Just a black widow.
Oh,
but it was large and in charge, and you couldn't really see it. I only saw it because it brought its little legs down, and I was like, "What
Little leg.
the heck?" Large legs, truly.
Yeah.
I told SP, I said, I am normally the person that tends to over exaggerate how big a spider is. And I know that because I am terrified of them. So I'm normally like, it was like this big. It's like the size of my fist. It's huge.
Yeah.
But truly, this black widow was like the size of a quarter. It was large.
It was pretty big. That's
Large.
what you think that's including the legs. It was
That's
size of
including the
quarter?
legs if they were like
Tucked
bent.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was definitely
if it
bigger
was,
than that.
yeah, if they were stretched out like a $50.
Dang.
It was large.
Maybe
truly.
a full $1.
No, but it was really big. It was a really big spider. It was the biggest spider I've seen in a long time. And I was not happy about it, but you went out and killed it. And I was so grateful.
I did because we learned today that if you take a spider that's inside and you put it outside, you are dooming it to die.
So just step on it or kill it. I don't know if it works for the reverse. Like if you were to bring a spider inside, I don't know. I don't know if it would.
I just assume that most spiders come from outside.
That's what I thought too, but maybe they don't. Maybe some are
Well,
born.
somebody had
maybe
to.
maybe some of them are born in captivity, which is also known as our homes.
We're the captors?
Well, no, their parents would be because they decided to move to somewhere else.
That's true. That's true. I love our outside home. Let's move into their master bedroom.
Yeah.
Their primary bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, primary. Come on.
I'm working on it.
I know,
Look,
me too.
I'm old and trying. There's certain things that are ingrained in my brain.
Just trying to rewrite how things are said because
Yeah.
certain things were put in place in a time that didn't treat everyone with honor, dignity, and respect.
That's right. Now they do if you work at
They
Chick-fil-A.
don't. But also, we don't need to call it the master bedroom. We can just call it the main bedroom.
Or the primary
bedroom.
Yeah.
It's the appropriate way to
Yeah,
say
so
that.
that's our contribution to the 4th of July. There you go. Speaking of the 4th of July,
Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Yeah.
One of my favorite things that we've been doing more and more lately is debunking old myths and beliefs we've had.
Yeah.
So I got some America myths that we've been taught.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's not a game. I do have a game for you.
Okay. I was like, I'm ready for the game.
Oh, girl, I will gamify your life soon. But this is just a thing I'm calling United Myths of America. Myth! George Washington's teeth were made out of wood.
No,
they weren't.
they were taken from slaves.
Yeah, that is the sad truth. The fact I have here is George Washington's dentures were not made of wood. They were actually made out of a combination of materials, including human teeth, just
From
like you
slaves.
said, animal teeth, ivory, and metal.
Yeah.
This dude's mouth must have been
Which is a bummer
nasty.
because George Washington really did a lot for the country. Truly. Without him, we wouldn't have like the set in stone that it's only 2 terms for president and different things like that. He really did lead a lot of stuff. But
We
it
may
is a
not
really
have that
gross
soon.
fact.
That is really gross. I can't imagine dentistry in the late 1700s was very good.
Oh, no. No.
Next myth. Columbus discovered America.
No. The Vikings did.
Oh my gosh. How do you know so much? Well,
Stuff I
to
don't
be
share with
fair,
you.
Columbus did not discover America. Indigenous peoples have been
Yeah,
living here for
and I was
thousands
gonna
of
say
years.
that.
You can't discover something that already, has
And
been discovered.
Let me say that I was going to say that first, but if you're talking about people that came to America from somewhere else for the first time,
Yeah.
it was not him. It was definitely Vikings.
The Norse explorer Leif Erikson, happy Leif Erikson Day,
I know.
reached North America around 1000 AD, nearly 500 years before Columbus. And
He didn't even know where he was going. He didn't even know he was going to make it here. He thought he was going for somewhere completely different.
I believe that history
India.
has, wow, he was way off.
I'm pretty sure.
I believe history has painted a more accurate representation of Columbus lately, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Forget that guy. Next up, myth. I don't know why I have to shout that every time.
okay.
The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776.
It was not.
Okay. Since you've got all the answers,
I don't have the answers.
for my stuff, what is it? When was it?
I don't know when it was, but I think it took like more than a couple of days for everyone to sign it. I don't really know, but
Yeah, it says it was not signed by most of the delegates until August 2nd, 1776.
Yeah.
So
Some
that's like
people-
a full month later.
I think some people signed it. But everyone, they had to go to Boston. No, they signed the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia. I take it back.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I think some of them signed it in Boston too. Gosh, your mom's going to be, my mom and your mom and my dad are going to be like, "Meh."
And your mom's going to be like, sounds good.
Yeah. But I do know that it took time.
I love your mom. I wasn't making fun of her.
No, she doesn't have to be good at history. She's good at other stuff.
You ready for more?
Yeah.
Myth. Betsy Ross designed and sewed the first American flag.
Okay. This is something that is taught to be true, but I don't know that it was just Betsy Ross.
Well, there's no historical evidence that Betsy Ross designed or sewed the first flag. This story became popular in the 19th century, but there's little documentation to support it. A lot of these, by the way, is actual stuff I was taught in history class.
I know. It's because teachers are like, this is good. This is real.
Right?
I don't think I was taught that though.
You weren't?
Specifically that thing.
That Betsy Ross made the first American flag?
Yeah. I don't think I was taught that. Also, it was wrong. Because look at our American flag now. Just kidding.
Yeah, there's so many more stars on it because there's so many more states. Next. This one's funny to me. I think it's stupid. Myth. Paul Revere shouted, "The British are coming," during his midnight ride.
No.
No. Paul Revere likely did not shout "The British are coming" since the colonies were still British at the time. He probably used a more suitable warning such as "The regulars are coming in."
The regulars?
The regulars are coming out to
about the
avoid
red
detection
coats?
by British troops. Could be the redcoats are coming. Maybe that's what I've heard. Either way, they were still British, so it wouldn't
so
make
you wouldn't
sense.
say that, yeah.
Like the British are here. People are like, duh, go to bed. It's midnight. Next one, a couple more. 3 more myths. The Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock.
No.
Another one that is like,
But that is
taught
what we
all
all
the time.
believe. And then cornucopias and all that stuff. And they had a really nice dinner with the Indians.
Yeah, like
which is
that-
not even the right name, everybody.
yeah,
Sorry.
indigenous people, First Nation. But it's such,
We gave them chicken pox.
I'm telling you, these myths help me understand, smallpox. It's
Smallpox,
chickenpox?
that's what I mean.
But it really shows how history is written by the winners.
Oh, 100%.
You know, because this isn't just stuff we heard. This is like we were taught in school.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they shared their food with.
That's why
the
I get nervous
people.
about when they want to ban books or take
Yeah.
Black history out of history in certain states. Because I'm like, but that is history.
Right.
And it's important for people to know about it. And you can't just like be like, it didn't exist.
It's true. Well, there's no contemporary evidence that the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock. The story was popularized over a century after the Mayflower's arrival in 1620. Two more.
By who?
Myth.
For what?
For what?
Why did they popularize it then?
I don't know. Stuff happens. I don't know.
You wanted to put on a play, and so it made more sense
There you go.
for the kiddos to do it. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Myth. The Liberty Bell got cracked the first time it was rung.
No.
Yeah, I didn't ever hear that.
It's old.
Actually.
I didn't get, me
Yeah,
either.
it basically says like it took 90 years of use before it cracked. Last one.
It's small. Like really small. Way
We've
smaller
seen
than
it.
you would think.
I mean, as far as bells go,
It's a large
it's a
bell.
large bell.
But it's not as large as my brain thinks it is.
I find that's true of most monuments,
Yeah.
except
The Eiffel Tower
dude, that thing is huge.
is huge.
Huge.
Big Ben was pretty big too.
That's true. It's
I
right
was-
there in the name.
Big Ben.
Yeah, but no one's like Big Liberty Bell.
That's true. But I think it's
Big
big.
Statue of Liberty.
That's big too. Whoa.
Big Mount Rushmore.
Never seen it.
You never seen Mount Rushmore?
No, I don't even know where it
Neither.
is.
South Dakota.
Yeah, never seen it.
I don't know if that's right. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure.
We just looked it up the other day.
Yeah, we talked about this. I think on the show.
Because it's Teddy Roosevelt,
Boy, our memory's terrible.
Abraham Lincoln,
We're really going to try?
George Washington, and Jefferson.
Yep, that's definitely right. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Next, American myth and final one. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
No.
He did not invent the light bulb. He did improve upon earlier designs by inventors like Humphrey Davy and Joseph Swan, making the light bulb more practical and commercially available.
Yeah,
And viable, I guess is the word I totally swapped out with available.
that's okay. That's yeah.
But boom, now you got a little American mysteries. Oh, that was
mysteries.
mysteries.
That was not a lisp. That was like
No, it was mysteries, but myths. Mysteries.
So everything you've learned is a lie.
That's true. Well, are you now ready for the actual game?
Yeah, I am.
Our 4th of July game that I'm calling True or False? American or Americant?
Okay.
No one pays me to be creative. No one pays me on the show at all anyway, so it doesn't
I
matter.
pay you.
Yes, you sure do. So I'm going to give you a statement or a question, something.
We just did this. I was right. I'm just kidding.
You knew why everything was wrong, but I told you everything was wrong.
Yeah,
Now
that's
you
true,
get to
that's true.
decide if this is true or if it's false.
Okay.
And this is all about not like American history like we just did, but American culture, Americana.
Okay.
That's a great way to say it. There's the state of Ohio has a law that prohibits getting a fish drunk. True or false?
State of Ohio has a law. True.
That is true.
Because it seems outlandish.
I know. At some point, I'm going to do a whole game of weird laws, true or false. But right now, it is true. This bizarre law actually exists. It's part of a collection of strange and outdated laws that are still technically on the books in various states, often dating back to a time when such regulations were taken more seriously. Not a lot of clarity of who was getting fish drunk and why you can't do it, but it's
I wonder
still
if it was like they poured alcohol in
exist.
like the water,
Oh,
and then fish were getting drunk. It's like you can't do that.
like you were trying to purify the water?
I have
Sounds
no
like
idea
a waste of good alcohol.
I don't know that you could have a fish drink alcohol. What are you
You
gonna do?
just grab a fish, go, go,
Very
go, go,
good,
go, go. And you're going to like
You're
it.
gonna love it. Yeah.
Next, true or false? Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird of the United States instead of the bald eagle.
False.
True! Franklin argued that the turkey was a much more respectable bird, which I just think is hilarious. This is a respectable bird. Look at its little gobble wobble.
I don't like turkeys, so
I don't like bald eagles either.
they're almost extinct.
Well,
Endangered species.
isn't that crazy that all of America can eat a bazillion turkeys and they're not extinct, yet we pick a national bird that's going extunk? I'm pretty sure that's the verb tense.
Extinct?
Extincted.
No, but they do have a little like a camera that records them. The two bald eagles in particular that watches them, and they've been having a hard time getting their eggs to hatch.
That is really depressing.
I know.
Well,
Anyway,
here's how Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, respected man, here's why he felt that way. He felt that the bald eagle had a, quote, bad moral character. Not
because it
wild.
was bald.
Yes. Just like him,
Yeah.
by the way.
I was like,
He said it was because it was a scavenger, whereas the turkey was a more honest and courageous bird.
who
Particularly,
was this again?
This was Benjamin Franklin.
God,
I know. We used to think so highly of him.
no.
Next, true or false? A town in Kentucky once had a mayor that was a dog.
For a day, maybe.
Well, it's true. The town of, oddly enough, it's Rabbit, not Rap.
Not rabbit.
No, what do you...
Rabies.
Hold on. Rabbit. How do you spell rabbit?
Rabbit.
Okay, it is rabbit.
Rabbit.
I'm sorry, I'm having a really weird spelling moment right now.
I got some spelling books at home for third and fourth graders if you'd like to join Brooklyn.
That's the level I'm at. So rabbit hash, which again, it's just weird. It was a weird sentence to look at.
Well, hash is like a type of like food. And have something hash.
Oh,
so I wonder
my
if it's like a rabbit hash.
This is like a breakfast you make out of rabbit and potatoes.
Maybe. And cheese.
Sounds
tell
like
me what's in hash.
You know who would do that? Someone who is the mayor of a town.
Like a
that
dog.
was a dog. My first thing is to name the town woof woof rabbit hash. Woof, woof. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Anyway, they elected a dog named Lucy Lou. Feels a little sketch.
Weird.
As mayor, Rabbit Hash has a quirky tradition of electing animals as honorary mayors. Look,
honorary.
Can I just say though, this might be the problem. And just so you know, I'm not talking about presidents. I'm talking about elected officials like this honorary mayor that's an animal. Maybe this joke has gotten a little too far that we're now just letting any old person run unopposed for things and
100%.
win congressional and house spots.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe we should fight a little bit more for this great country that these people fought for instead of having people that take away rights and change things. Because the Supreme Court even never mind, 3 new things into action.
Well, the dog was mayor from 2008 to 2016.
Honorary mayor.
Who knows?
In rabbit hash.
All right, you want to know the true or false?
The best rabbit hash you've ever had. Yep.
The original capital of the United States was New York City.
Yeah, that is true.
It is true.
And then they changed it to
they actually moved it to Philly.
I was like Mount Vernon.
And then Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Yeah. It took a while. It was part of the,
All right, a couple fast ones for you.
It was part of, but it was New York City.
Yeah.
It was something that they
I think it still should be.
Well, that's just where they all were.
Yeah, but
Washington, D.C. is over there in that area. It's fine.
Yeah, I was in Washington not long ago.
Yeah.
D.C. It's not fun. The largest hamburger ever made weighed more than a ton.
That's not American history.
It is. It's like food culture.
Yes.
Yeah. The world's largest hamburger weighed over 2,000 pounds, was cooked in 2012 in Minnesota. It's American history.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota. In 2012, it had classic toppings like cheese, lettuce, and pickles. Don't know that those are classic, but...
For a cheeseburger?
Yep. Why was I thinking it was a pizza?
I knew it. I was like, you think it's a pizza. It's
I
a
did.
Cheeseburger.
Well, speaking of American foods, or as we've learned in other episodes, foods that we think are American, the hot dog eating record is held by a person who ate 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Sounds right.
That is true. Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut, baby.
Joey Chestnut.
Best friends with Danny DeVito.
If it ain't thinly sliced, it ain't Jersey Mike's. Not a sponsor.
Danny DeVito.
But you could be.
Joey Chestnut 2018 at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, an annual event held on July 4th. Tell me these food things aren't Americana. I put these games together sometimes. Next, true or false, chocolate chip cookies were created by accident when a baker ran out of raisins.
No.
You're right. It's false. I thought you might get that wrong.
I don't even think that chocolate chip cookies were invented here.
Well, they were created by Ruth Wakefield. And by that, I mean Ruth Wakefield at the Toll House Inn. Ever heard of it?
Toll House.
In 1930s.
Wow.
No, not in Wakefield. That's just her name. It doesn't say specifically. I guess the Toll House Inn hopefully is in America.
They are the best Nestle Toll House.
Speaking of you and our dental friends, peanut butter was first used as a dental adhesive. True or false?
False.
Definitely false. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be a protein-filled food for people who needed something softer. How about this? Americans eat more than 4 billion tacos a year.
Yes.
How do you know all of this?
Because everyone loves tacos. We alone eat like so much.
It is true. It is true. The first season of Survivor, Americana, first season of Survivor was filmed in the United States.
No.
False. Do you know where it was filmed?
Costa Rica.
No. Borneo, Malaysia.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I watched the first season of Survivor, but I couldn't tell you where.
Do you know what year it came out? Just a random guess, not part of the game.
2000 and
I was waiting to see if you were stopping at 2000.
2003.
The answer is 2000.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just 2000? Wow, I should have left it at that.
Should have. All right, 2 more.
I was going to say 2001, but then I was like, no, 2003.
You ready for the next 2?
Yeah, I am.
This is both Americana. Nothing gets more Americana than this. Actually, there were some
Miss
Kardashian
Americana.
questions that I came up with, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
No,
Not
I don't
on
like
my
the
show.
Kardashians.
Here comes Honey Boo Boo, on the other hand.
God.
The closest thing to Kardashians in our house was canceled due to poor ratings in 2014.
True.
False.
I didn't like Honey Boo. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, most people know why it was canceled, and it was not great. It was because the father figure in the family was doing inappropriate things to other people in the family.
Sounds right.
But
Duggars too.
Yeah, that was a wild documentary. I'd watch a Honey Boo Boo documentary.
There
see
is
what
one, I'm
happened
pretty
there.
sure.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, here's my last one. Speaking of Americana television, American Idol has produced more #1 Billboard hits than any other reality TV show.
#1 hits.
Yeah, #1
you-
Billboard hits.
You have to like go back and like think of all of that, and then also compare it to other ones like America's Got Talent and The X Factor and The Voice. The one thing that American Idol has going for it, which makes me think that maybe this is yes, if you're just talking about TV shows,
Yeah.
is that the one thing they used to do that they no longer do is they used to always provide a song at the end
Yeah.
that they would sing. That would
Did
be
they get
their
a record
first
deal too?
Yeah, but that would be like their first big hit. So my
Yeah.
answer is yes.
The actual answer
Yeah.
is yes.
Yeah.
It says this: many American Idol contestants have achieved significant chart success. Stars like Kelly Clarkson,
Carrie Underwood,
Carrie Underwood, Adam Lambert,
Adam Lambert,
and
yeah.
most of all, Ruben Studdard.
I was gonna say Ruben Studdard.
Yeah, I actually just made that part up, the Ruben Studdard part, but I did like Ruben a lot.
Yeah, he became a gospel singer.
I think he was born to be a gospel singer.
Of course he was. You have Fantasia Barrino. You have Jordan Sparks. You have David Archuleta.
You have
There's that one girl,
Clay
Judith.
Aiken,
Judith.
Sanderson,
No, not.
Judith.
She was in Dreamgirls.
No, Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
Judith.
I always want to call her Judith, and I don't know why. But
I think
Jennifer
Judith
Hudson.
made and sewed the first American flag.
Shut
I think
it.
that's Judith.
But those are all American Idol people.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive track record for a show that we
and,
all.
the bald
think is
guy.
fun. The bald guy. Daughtry.
Yeah.
How did we both get there? That's
Yeah.
wild. He did have like a cool little rock career for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
But see, here's what happened is I went, yes, but then also when I started thinking about America's Got Talent or the X Factor, I was like, that's where like One Direction came from and a couple other big ones.
That's
And so I
true.
was like, I wonder. But what got me, like I said, was that way back when American Idol used to be like, here's your song. Like a moment like this was a song written and then Kelly Clarkson sang it.
Yeah.
And then Justin, who was the other guy, I don't remember his name, that was like second place.
I don't know.
Like he also had a song.
Yeah.
That if they would have made it, that would have been their like first single.
Totally. Makes sense.
But they don't do that anymore.
But this has been True or False American or Americant. Our 4th of July spectacular. What have you been holding on to?
I've been holding on to this because you talked about Honey Boo Boo documentary. I just need to say this. We are documentary watchers. We love a good documentary.
This may just
can I
violate,
just say-
it may spoil my first unpopular opinion, but you go ahead.
Oh.
No.
I'll wait if
Go
it's
ahead.
unpopular
Look, we
opinion.
just finished the game. If you want to jump into unpopular opinions,
Let's do it.
Let me just see.
I'll hold off.
Is that top sentence? Is that basically what you were gonna say?
Yes.
Okay, hit me with it, girl.
That a popular opinion?
Yeah. Or however you would phrase that. Whatever. Here, take the iPad.
Okay.
You steer for a while.
Unpopular opinion. Don't make a true crime documentary if the crime hasn't been solved.
Okay, so I have I have something for this.
Okay.
If you don't want it spoiled, you can still listen, but we're going to say the name of it now in a second, and then we're going to move on. So we won't say it again. So we'll talk about it, but you won't know what it is. There's no way that you put it together, I don't think.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
name of the documentary
Skip forward like 10 seconds.
is called Relentless.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the deal. I was so excited about this documentary because I found like documentary TikTok.
Yeah.
This guy went off and then
Talk.
yeah, and
No.
and all of a sudden, like you go, I bookmarked it because I was like, you go into his comments and everyone's like, try this documentary, do this one. Oh, da da da. I was like, awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, here's this one, and he made a video about it. And he was like, this girl is crazy. And I was like, I'm in for the crazy. Let's freaking go watch it.
Yep.
We find out most documentaries, by the way, are either like it's like an hour and a half and or to 2 hours, and like that's a documentary.
Pretty good. I like the 3-episode documentaries.
Yeah, or
like
they're-
hour-long 3 episodes,
Yes.
beginning, middle, end.
Yeah, or they're episodes, right? But it's 3, like you said.
Yeah,
it's like
3's a
maybe
good
4,
number.
but like 3.
Yeah.
3 is like the max. So we go and find this documentary, and it is 6 episodes. And I was like,
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but I was like, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. Mind you, this girl followed along this story for 10 and a half years.
Yeah, why don't you hit us with the premise a little bit so we know what we're talking about?
The premise of the story.
If you want to totally spoil it.
So just know this, spoilers. Okay, everybody, spoilers. This documentary started as a documentary about missing people's families.
Yes.
And this documentarian, who knows? This girl that we call Haley, that's not her name.
Yeah, but we don't want to spoil it, so just call her Haley.
I know her name, but I won't say it.
Haley Fontana.
Christina Fontana. Now I've said it. Latches onto a family and the daughter that they've lost, who's missing, and says, I'm going to be a part of, whose name is also Christina, for the record. And they say, that was my husband that you saw in my shot, just so everyone knows.
I had to press a button.
That's okay. But she decides to tell this family, I'm going to help you find this girl. I'm going to help you find Christina, who has a 8-month-old daughter that has been left behind, and then her parents, right? So it goes this crazy thing. It is 6 episodes. It talks all about her interaction with the police, who are not helpful.
Not at all.
And like her search to find this person. And there's a lot. It's worth the watch. Just know that it has like the highs and lows, and it really starts picking up in like the 3rd episode.
Yeah, but our problem is the way it ended. But my problem amidst it, I don't know if those are real terms, is that basically every hour-long episode was like, and then we found this out, and then this person said this, and then the next episode starts, and they're like, turns out that wasn't real. That wasn't true. And it was like, it just one after another. And I understand she's like, I keep hitting roadblocks every time I'm going to go meet with somebody. They're not there anymore. Or I go talk to them and it doesn't line up.
Or the police threw away the evidence that
I gave. I have bone evidence of something that I give to the police and they throw it away. Yeah. I know it's all like, this is crazy that this keeps happening. But at some point you're like, just don't give stuff to people.
I know. And it's hard too, because like I said, on this case for like 10 years. And so she like goes back in time, she goes ahead in time. So it gets a little confusing of like, where are we in the timeline? And like, what at this point in time, what would we have not known? Like, would we have not known if we were her that like the police aren't actually helping?
Right.
Or would we have known that because we're there?
Because we watched 4 hours and we're like, of course the police aren't going to help
but like,
you. But
that's
it turns out
obviously
it was
how
like year 2 or something for her.
So there's some of that stuff. But it all culminates and we never found her. Well, we think we know where she is. We can't get there. So here's an aerial shot of the place we think she is.
Bye.
And
thanks
that's
for spending 7 hours with us.
All of that to not find out who did it, where she went, why that happened. I mean,
I know
some of the
less
details.
about it than when I started.
I have some details.
Now,
some.
What did we watch recently-ish that was the same problem?
This one's a good one, and you should watch it. If
I know we have mentioned it on the
show,
but I can't remember any part of which one it was.
It was about the lady who got kidnapped by people.
The one from last week?
Yeah.
No. So this was even further, where we're like, the first 3 episodes were really good, and don't bother watching the last episode because it basically like undoes everything. And they're like, we don't actually know.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about though?
No.
Dang.
Not right now in this moment. I also did watch the Taylor Swift Scooter Braun documentary recently too. Yesterday.
We're gonna have to have a whole section of the show just
That's
for documentaries. By the way, I guess I'll say this next week as well as we get closer. We are almost at our 1-year podcast anniversary. This is episode, believe it or not, 68. This will be episode 68, I think.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
It's pretty cool.
That over the course of a year, somehow, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Which most podcasts never make it past 10 episodes. We will have hit 70 episodes by the time we get to a year, which is nuts. So anyway, we'll be talking about that a lot when the year anniversary comes up. But thanks for listening. If you've been listening from the beginning or just jumped on this week, we're about to hit the 1-year mark. Well done. We're so stupid.
So weird. I don't even care.
Anyway, any more to say about this unpopular opinion, or just the fact that literally this is how we feel?
Here's the deal. I don't need every documentary to be something that is like you solved it. Like unsolved. I like watching unsolved mysteries, and it's literally what they are is unsolved mysteries. But the story is exciting, and like that's part of it. But if you're like, I do feel like in this day and age, if you are going to, I have a couple thoughts. If you're going to make a documentary and put it out somewhere, there should be some. Either a call to action at the end or some like resolution.
Yeah, like if you've heard anything about this girl.
Because then at least it's like, okay. Or start it off being like, we've never found this person. I don't know. I do like the full story in a documentary. Yeah. This documentary was weird for me in particular because I was like, you spent 10 years on this thing and it's obviously starting to like ruin your life a little bit. And so there has to be something where it's like, I just have to be done with it for now.
Sure.
I would understand. And you don't want to waste the 10 years of like filming and recording and all the stuff that you've done to be like, I'm just not going to do it anymore. It's like, yeah, put it out, of course. And you didn't find a solution and that's fine. I get it. But I don't know. I want to know all the things. So.
Yeah, so that's one unpopular opinion.
All right.
Do you want to...
A movie being old. Next unpopular opinion.
Yeah, so there's... Just so you know, Kellie's in control, but she doesn't know how this usually goes. You don't have to do all of those. I always have more than we need, and we've totally skipped past stories. So you're in the driver's seat. Pick one or two more for sure. Whichever ones you want.
We can go back to stories, but... a movie being old isn't an excuse for spoiling it.
I wanted to know how you felt about this.
I can give you back.
Oh, you're like, I don't like to be in the driver's seat.
No, because you didn't answer it. You were like, I want to know your thoughts.
No, and you're welcome. You hold it. Well, here's the deal. I think it's tricky because we just spoiled something, but we told you we were going to do it. We said it as spoilers. So you had the opportunity. But I think there's things, spoilers, stuff like Star Wars, The Sixth Sense, like Signs, whatever it is. There's certain movies that have twists and turns that can be spoiled. But at some point, one, they just become a part of the culture. Everyone knows Darth Vader says, Luke, I am your father. Like, no one should be like, what? I was going to get around to Star Wars. It came out in the 70s. I think there should be a time frame where it's, especially right now,
yeah.
Like media comes out so fast. I think about that a lot when Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame came out. It was like everybody was like spoiler free as long as we can.
Which was so great.
So great. But then at some point you're like, hey, if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it.
Then you haven't seen, you're not gonna.
Yeah, especially because like that in particular, it was like they kept building after that.
Yeah.
It wasn't spoilers if you haven't seen it. In Infinity War, Thanos snaps and half of everyone, including half of your superheroes, disappear. Like there's only so long you could not talk about that.
Yeah, I will say that was a really impressive time though, where nobody like really
it was really cool. And that kind of happened with the Red Wedding for Game of Thrones. I can't believe that you watched Game of Thrones like 10 years after that episode aired and you still didn't know.
I didn't know.
Still didn't know.
No.
But I think I try to be spoiler free for people because I don't want to ruin an experience for somebody.
Yeah.
But I think it's got to be within a certain amount of time.
Yeah. I fall on the same page, just so you know. I'm like, if something is a part of our culture, then like you can't be upset if someone talks about it. Like you said, Luke, I am your fault. Like that's like a normal thing for people to like quote or say. Or like,
I see dead people.
Yeah, that one. My brain went to like Harry Potter. Like, if you don't know that Voldemort lives all the way to the 7th book, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you can't figure out that like there are 7 books,
right,
and he doesn't die, like I don't know, or him going, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just a part of it. Or I think a lot about like kid movies, like Disney movies. Like,
yeah. Like Inside Out 2 just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't have any spoilers. I don't know.
And I wouldn't want that spoiled.
Yeah. But at the same time, like if you don't know.
Yeah, if we get to the fall and someone's like, didn't you love at the end of that? I'd be like, man, I probably should have seen that earlier.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like Toy Story or like Tangled. Like if you don't know that she gets her hair cut off at the end, I don't know.
I was like, in Toy Story?
Yeah. No. But
Jessie?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. I don't know. There's just certain things that I'm like, it just is like a normal for you to know. And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I don't.
What's
movie
the
being
actual
old
opinion?
isn't an excuse for spoiling it.
So I disagree.
But I would say, like, don't go out. If someone, I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, oh my God, do you remember Volcano. I have no old movies in my head.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
There's
Everyone
a volcano.
dies.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know.
I think I disagree with that. I think if a movie's been out for a long time, if you didn't want it spoiled, you should have seen it. And sometimes spoilers are just part of life.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that. And at the same time, if I could switch your perspective and be like, but what about Brooklyn? Like, Brooklyn wasn't old enough to watch the Marvel series when it came out. She's just about getting old enough. How would you feel if someone was like, Iron Man dies?
Spoilers, by the way. I'd be bummed, but at the same time, you know what it's, well, maybe you don't, but I know what it's like to hear something and be like, oh, I hope I can forget that because I wanted to watch or read something.
Yeah.
And usually I can because I don't have the context to know who Daenerys Targaryen is.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Was that right? Is that the name?
Yeah, it's her name.
So I don't even know who that is. I do now, but like when I heard...
It's Amelia Clark.
Totally. But if someone said something like that, like Bilbo Baggins
Yeah.
doesn't make it to Mordor, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
It wouldn't ruin it because I can just let it go.
Yeah.
And so I think...
Does he not make it to Mordor?
Oh, Bilbo doesn't go to Mordor.
Oh, Bilbo doesn't go.
Frodo
That's right.
does.
Frodo does. Yeah. I was like, I
Geek
have to watch
test.
that when I was younger. Yeah.
So technically he doesn't make it, I guess. Bilbo does not make it to Mordor
Yeah.
because he never tried to.
Sucker.
Wrong movie.
Yes. Oh, sorry. But my thoughts on, you have more thoughts on that?
No.
On
I'm
Bilbo?
watching you desperately try to spit out whatever it is you're thinking of. It's a wild time.
Well, I would say this because this was like a real thing that happened to me in terms of this. I would say like, I agree with you that I don't think you can spoil something that's older because like people should know you have the opportunity.
Sure.
Unless it's for kids. Cause I will say that I was pretty upset when Brooklyn came home one day and she was like, Mom, Finley told me that Dumbledore dies in Harry Potter. Like, that's not true, is it? And I was like, you'll have to wait and see. You have to read and see. But I was like upset because I was like, that's like a big part of this thing that she isn't old enough to have been able to read all of yet.
Yeah.
And so to spoil something that, yes, we all know it for sure. It's one of those weird things. I'm like, yes, we all know that we all know what happens.
Yeah.
To all the people that die in Harry Potter, if you've watched or read Harry Potter, right? But to my 9-year-old who's like almost done with book 2 and like so excited to read book 3, who like truly just is not been capable of reading all of it yet. I'm like, I don't want it spoiled and ruined for her because part of the joy is getting lost in the story.
Sure.
And then being upset when it happens.
Yeah.
I threw my book across the room. So
I agree. I think some of it's just a part of life.
for sure. But like, I would say like, don't go out of your way. And
Yeah, of
especially
course.
with things that like are for children that can be for that. Like I don't need to go and tell Brooklyn like Hedwig dies.
Spoilers.
You know, spoilers. And like a lot of these people, they don't make it in the end. Like I don't need to tell her that.
You can tell her, be like, once Thanos comes into Harry Potter and
God.
does the snap, you're
Well-
going to lose half of your characters.
Well, also she's about to read my favorite book.
Really?
Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite Harry Potter book.
I thought
don't
50
know.
Shades of Grey was your favorite book.
Harry Potter book? I've never read 50 Shades of Grey yet.
Yet.
But the third one is my favorite. She's about to read that, which means she's about to meet Sirius Black.
Seriously?
But it's a big character and it's a big moment for Harry.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what happens in a couple of books.
That's true.
I'm not going to tell her.
I barely even know who Sirius Black is, but I digress.
But all that to say, like, I do think that, I don't know that you can spoil old movies. And at the same time, I think things that should be like that were special to you or like was a big reveal. Maybe we should just like be mindful of who we talk about that stuff in front of.
I agree. Also, the things that were important to us as a kid, we're kind of pushing that on our children to be like, the snap is going to mean something to you. And like they're going to have their own version of that.
For sure. I know I'm giving a very specific example, but I'm saying that because she's like knee deep in,
Totally.
like I'm reading all these books and Mom, can you buy me the third one? Cause I'm almost done with the second one and blah, 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 like all the things.
Yeah. I don't know that she really likes Harry Potter as much as we say.
I mean, she says she basically read the whole thing
It's pretty impressive.
in like less than a week. And is really upset that she can't read the next ones.
Well, okay, fine. I
don't know.
I was wrong.
I digress.
Do you want to pick out one more before? I don't
yes.
think you should do the stories because you haven't read the stories.
I haven't read the stories. I could try. It could be a fun thing. Just kidding.
What?
Having to wrap gifts is the number one worst chore on the list.
Yeah, so I picked that out pretty specifically.
Why?
I think that was the one that I had some clarity on. Yeah, some explanation, especially if you're having to do it with someone who loves wrapping. And takes way too long trying to keep it as neat and tidy as possible. Wrapping a gift ought to be a 2-minute task and doesn't need to take or look anything close to perfect since it's about to get utterly destroyed by the recipient.
It's not about to. It's going to sit underneath the Christmas tree for
Look,
2 weeks.
Not
4
all of
weeks.
us have presents under the Christmas tree from November 1st till December 25th.
I love wrapping gifts. It is such like a stress relief. There's nothing better than turning on a Christmas Hallmark movie or some sort, Netflix, whatever, one of those Christmas movies, watching that while wrapping gifts. There's nothing better. And using all your ribbon and your fun paper that matches your tree skirt and your ornaments. It's the best. I can buy you bags that you can just throw stuff in.
There's nothing better.
There's a lot of stuff that's better. But in the Christmas season,
I actually take pride with trying to wrap the gifts that I buy you well.
you really do. But I can also make it easier and just buy you bags that match the
No, I'm not going to
aesthetic.
have just hideous bags.
That match
You're gonna
the
have-
aesthetic?
No, you're going to have beautiful, like, fixer-upper wallpaper, like Chip and Joanna Gaines wrapping
Magnolia.
paper. Then I'm going to have some big blue bag that says, "Happy birthday, Jesus."
I wouldn't do that to you. I would buy them that match. I normally do because I like it to look a certain way because I'm crazy.
And it's true.
I know
She's a
I
little
am.
loco.
I really like the way, yeah. It's going to be difficult when Brooklyn starts learning how to wrap Christmas gifts because there ain't no way it's going to be up to the way that I wrap. But
And that's why this person is saying
I'll
it's
find
a
joy
nightmare.
in the fact that she can wrap gifts and she wants to contribute and be a part of that.
I guess that's good.
Here's the deal. I don't really care what your gift looks like. And I think that's the truth. I don't care how you wrap. I do appreciate that you do take time to wrap the gifts, but it's something for me. Like
You don't care how I wrap your gifts is what you're saying.
Yeah. I enjoy the wrapping process. Like truly, I like making it look pretty. I find it's a way that I get to be creative, like physically creative, not just like social media. I hate being creative on social media. I'm not very good at it, but like I get to be creative. It's one of like the only times I really get to do that. And it's fun for me. I think I'm good at that stuff. I just don't get to do it a lot of the time.
You are good at that stuff.
So it is relaxing and fun and joyful.
I'm just so happy that you happen to take the iPad and find the one that I knew would bother you.
Yeah.
that was the gift for me.
That's
that
good.
you
I
delicately
wrapped it up.
wrapped.
So
Yeah.
nice.
So
Whoop.
wonderful. All right, well, we got time for a couple stories. I said this last week. It's been slim pickings for stories, not in the sense that there hasn't been stuff that's been like funny or intriguing or exciting or out there, but more like what we were talking about with that documentary that I won't name again. It's
Yeah.
like you click it, you watch it, and you're like, oh, the headline was the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could have just read that.
I did happen to find some good stuff, some gross stuff, and some other stuff.
All right.
You ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Man suffers rare bee sting directly to the eyeball. It didn't go well.
He didn't blink when he saw the bee coming.
It doesn't specifically say how it happened.
Like what? We were like, get in there. Let me hold my eye open. I'm like moving and
I got
squatting.
stung on the lip as a child
Crazy.
by a bee. Now, is your dad allergic to bees?
Wasps,
Wasps.
which bite
Yes, they do.
over and over and over and over again. They don't just die like bees.
But do they have venom or poison or something?
I mean, obviously, because my dad is allergic to it.
Gotta
Whatever
have
it is.
something, I guess. Anyway, here's how it goes. In what me...
Try again.
Take two. I'm a voiceover professional. I get paid to do this. In what might be... Nope, that's not even in there still.
can't
In
help
what may be
There we go.
the biological equivalent to getting struck by lightning... I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Lightning. Here,
I
want me to read
truly
it?
can't. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, you can. Nah, I actually know where all the things are. It'd take forever if you just read an article. A very unlucky man in Philadelphia took a very rare bee sting directly to the eyeball. And things went badly from there. 55-year-old was rushed to the emergency department, or as we call it, the emergency room, because he had been stung and the insect stinger was stuck in the man's right eye. But it soon became apparent that they did not get all of the stinger out in the emergency room. So
What do you do?
2 days after the bee attack, the man went to the hospital with worsening vision and pain in the pierced eye. At that point, the vision in his eye had deteriorated to only being able to count fingers.
I'm so sorry. You waited that long?
2 days.
No, I would be like right back the next day. Like, it's not right. Something's wrong.
Well, it says the eye had swollen, inflamed, and bloodshot. Blood was visibly pooling at the bottom of his iris. This is so gross. I'm so sorry. And right at the border between the man's cornea and the whites of his eyes, ophthalmologists spotted the problem. A teeny spear-like fragment of the bee's stinger still stuck in his eyeball.
How do you get it out?
Well, they didn't tell me exactly how they did it, but they did say that they did.
That's good.
And there is a photo.
Did he get his vision back?
I thought we just talked about not spoiling things.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, he did. I will tell you. I'll jump ahead. He did get his
I'll see the photo.
His vision back. Finally getting the entirety of the bee stinger out. It says they gave him, medicine and stuff. At his 5-month follow-up, the patient had recovered vision in the right eye, had improved to 20/25 vision.
5 months?
Dude, this dude's eye got pierced with like venom, and then they left it in for 2 days.
Just jerks.
Just terrible. So, are you sure you want to see it? I'll tell you, it's not horrible, and I'll put it up on the screen for like a second. But you can see it, and you can see.
Show me.
You can see on the right is the stinger, the barb of the stinger they pulled out.
That's big.
It's
not small.
You're looking at that picture on the bottom?
Yeah.
The actual one in the tweezers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. And that dude's eye is all milky and
That's gross. Yeah. I wouldn't have waited that long. I would have been like, we're going back. Like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that was gross. That was really bad. Next up, you ready for another story? Unless you got more questions on the eyeball sting.
No.
That's almost as bad as paper cuts on the eye. That might be worse.
Truly, I'm like, how do you let a bee sting you in the eye? Like, truly. Close your eyes. Like, if there's something flying that close to my face, I'm not like, what is it? I'm like, oh my God, get away.
That's because you have good instincts.
I guess so.
Yeah, you get the heck out of there.
Yeah, Brooklyn too.
Yeah, you guys are smart.
Yeah.
And likely will be the ones to have something like that happen because you're so vigilant about it. And Murphy's Law says that it'll be a problem no matter what. Come in.
That's me knocking on wood.
You ready for the next story?
Yes.
Florida man.
Always
Always a good start to a story. Arrested after destroying Walmart
tracks.
delivery drone.
All of that tracks.
All of it. So essentially, there's a lot to it, but there was a delivery drone flying over this man's house.
Okay.
And I guess they were doing it was kind of more like a research kind of thing. Like, can we do this? That kind of thing. So there was people watching it, like the people who are doing the drone or watching the drone. Then all of a sudden they hear this bang, like a gunshot, and they look and they're like, there's this 65-ish-year-old or 60-year-old white man wearing blue jeans and a blue shirt holding a gun towards the sky at the drone.
What was the drone delivering?
I don't know that it was delivering anything. That's
Just
why
testing?
Yeah, I think it could have been
Get
that.
off my property.
And so that group of people, it says, the crew returned to Walmart and had the drone fly back to the store. Deputies said that after inspecting the drone, the company reps discovered $2,500 worth of damage to its payload system. They went back. They discovered not 60-year-old, but 72-year-old Dennis Wynn. When asked if he had an incident with the drone, Wynn allegedly said that, yes, he did. And he said... He said that he told the deputies he saw the drone flying over his home, prompting him to retrieve his gun and fire at it. Wynn said he had experiences with drones flying over his home and believed it was watching him. He thinks that these drones
because you're so
interested in him.
You 70-year-old, 72-year-old man, you think you're interesting in Florida? You're not.
Everything goes in Florida. Wynn was arrested and charged with shooting at an aircraft, criminal mischief with damage over $1,000, and discharging a firearm on public or residential property.
As you should.
See, but that's the thing. And I'm not here to just, make fun of people who are worried about being spied on. But also, you see a drone? Yeah, it's like, do you have a cell phone?
Do you have an Alexa or
anything
Apple
like
phone?
that?
Apple phone?
An
iPhone?
Apple phone?
Who am I?
Ring, Apple phone.
Shut it. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. People are crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I wonder why. I wonder who is making them think that they're being watched all the time.
So many Furbies are thinking that. But if there was a weird piece of Florida news, I actually have a good piece of Florida news that I'm not sure you know about.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because
Did they unban some books?
No, that was last week's episode.
No.
Everything we need to know about Universal Orlando's epic universe so far. Have you heard about this?
No.
See this map right
Nintendo
here?
World, Harry Potter are already there. The Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Is that new?
Yes.
And the dragons? Because they're How to Train Your Dragon, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
So what is Epic Universe? I didn't even know it existed. Here's what it says. Epic Universe is the 4th theme park at Universal Orlando Resort, which includes all the other ones that we've heard about. Universal said the new theme park will, quote, transport guests to expansive, vivid worlds filled with awe-inspiring attractions, entertainments, hotels, dining, and more. There's 5 different worlds that are coming to this park.
Dragons.
I mean, yeah.
Ministry of Magic.
So there's How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, where guests will take to the skies and soar with dragons as they explore the colorful Viking village at the heart of Berk, where they can take part in wild boat battles, feast like a Viking, and more.
Yum.
What does that sound like to you, though, in terms of theme parks?
Feast like a Viking and more?
No, the whole thing. Does that not sound like Pandora and Avatar?
Oh, a
like
little
what
bit.
Disney World's already done?
Yeah. But it's How to Train Your Dragons.
Yeah.
Way better.
So that's cool.
Okay.
You mentioned the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Ministry of Magic, which is so fun.
Do you think so? Because I'm like, what could be less exciting than the Ministry of Magic?
Well, you already have everything else there.
Maybe.
And I wonder if they let you do flu powder, and that's how you
That'd be cool.
can like park hop flu
But
powder
why
from
not
one
like
to the other.
the Tri-Wizard, not the Tri-Wizard tournament. Well, there's one movie, spoilers if you haven't watched or seen Harry
Goblet of
Potter or
Fire?
whatever, where it starts with like a Quidditch tournament festival thing.
yeah.
Like, why not that? The Ministry of Magic is just a bunch of dudes in suits and trench coats and briefcases walking around. It's super boring.
You want to know why I think
Yes.
it's that? Because I wonder if they can add some of Newt Scamander's stuff in there, because a lot of his stuff takes place at the Ministry of Magic in America as well.
Oh.
There's like a lot more, like
Yeah.
you can see a lot more than you did in like the Harry Potter movies. I mean, obviously you have where Sirius Black was killed in that thing. You have the Hall of
Justice.
No, it's like not the oracles, but it's when they have all the balls, the glass balls that have all of the fortunes or whatever, you know, that have that whole thing.
Which is destroyed.
You have the whole
spoilers.
Voldemort scene. You have when they take Polyjuice Potion and they go down. You have the different courtrooms and stuff. There's a lot, but there's more for if you can include like Newt Scamander and some of that stuff as well.
That's true. Do you want to hear what they say about it?
Yes, I do.
In Universal Epic Universe, guests will explore the magical streets of 1920s Paris
That would be Newt Scamander.
and embark on a new experience at the British Ministry of Magic.
That's fun. And they probably, I wonder if they have that his little bakery with all the different, like,
That would be cute.
yeah, I'm
I don't
telling
remember
you.
that actor's name or character's name, but
But it was but you
was
see
cute.
what I mean? See, look, I thought about
yeah, you have. Now, I don't know. I thought that Universal already had Super Nintendo or maybe a Super Mario World. I don't know. I thought they already had it because we have it out here.
I don't know that they do.
Maybe not, but here's what they say. Guests will experience a new way to play, from challenging Bowser on the Mario Kart ride to venturing through Donkey Kong Country and so much more.
Okay.
So those are the 3 out of the 5 parks
would
that
know.
we know branding of.
Okay, what's the other
the other 2 seem a little bit more
What is it?
abroad. There's Celestial Park, which says guests will embark on a journey of discovery, thrills, and excitement in a world between worlds, where breathtaking gardens, dancing fountains, and stellar attractions inspired by astronomical and mythological elements create imaginative sensory delights.
That's
See,
kinda fun.
I am good at this.
Yeah. That's good. That
That
sounds
was a cold
interesting.
read too. I mean, it sounds fun. I don't know
But I'm like,
exactly
what
what
is
it
it
would be.
for?
Yeah. Still fun though.
Fun.
And then the last one is Dark Universe. Guests will encounter everything from the experiments of Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, which I guess is a change
Yeah, I don't know.
because it's been Dr. Victor Frankenstein, I think. But whatever, I'm cool with that. To a shadowy landscape where monsters roam in this world of myth and mystery. Now, this makes a lot of sense to me for 2 reasons. One, Universal, at least out here, and I'm sure out there, already does horror nights. Halloween Horror Nights.
So yeah.
So that makes sense. You heard us talk about Dr. Frankenstein. They have that. The Universal has their Universal monsters. It's the Mummy, it's Swamp Thing, it's Dracula, it's Frankenstein. Like you actually have a huge amount of monsters that they can pull from. So I assume that's probably what Dark Universe is going to be.
That's pretty fun.
Something kind of like that.
So when is it set to open?
Let's take a look here. It says summer of 2025 was the target opening date. So I don't know if they have anything updated.
Target opening day.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it goes. Oh, interesting. As I scroll even further, this was a little addition, but I'm seeing some photos of, or like mock-ups
How to Train Your Dragon.
of Burke. mock-ups of Burke, blah, 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 blah. I wonder, do we
fun.
have Super? Okay, we've already seen that. What about the Wizarding Worlds of Harry Potter? That's not what this is it? Yeah, it is. No, this is the monsters one. Yeah, see, we just saw the Wolfman. Yeah. We saw Frankenstein.
Go down a little bit. There we go.
That doesn't look right either. It's not really anything. Anyway, I'm sure this was a lot of fun audio in that last 30 seconds.
Well, that's okay. It'd be fun. You know, we did talk, I mean, this is...
Go ahead.
We did talk about taking Brooklyn to Universal at some point.
Well, we talked about going out to Disney World and Universal out in Orlando, yeah.
But maybe it makes sense to wait until...
2025, when it might open.
Or 2026, when she turns 11.
We were talking about going in 2025.
We were.
But hey, I mean, we'll be in Orlando a lot between now and then.
Because I'd love to see the Ministry of Magic.
We'll keep our eyes peeled.
Eyes peeled.
Check it out. Anyway, I had not heard of that, and I figured you would probably be excited.
No, that's pretty fun and cool.
Because not only do you love theme parks, and that's a new theme park, it's like a lot of stuff you dig. Harry Potter and stuff.
How to Train Your Dragons is a big one. That's fun. Super Mario World would be fun.
Do you keep saying dragons?
How to Train Your Dragons. Your dragon. It's just one.
Just singular.
But I think it's because you kept saying dragons. And if you're going to ride the dragons that go, it's like, well, all of them did it.
Yeah.
I understand. We're going to train our dragons. I only want Toothless, though.
I know. There's Light Fury, too. There's lots to enjoy. And there's actually a lot of cute little dragons that all the friends have in the movies.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know what they're actually called, but
no. But I will say, while I'm excited for Orlando, good for you guys. It is a little bit sad because our Universal Studios is so small. We were just talking about this. I was like, it's so small. The Harry Potter land is so small.
The Harry Potter world, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is small at ours, but the property is big. Especially, look, we don't really shoot as much television and movies out here anymore. It's mostly moved to Atlanta, North Carolina.
Get rid of some of that and expand the parks.
They actually do have the opportunity to expand. I'm not sure if they'd be willing to get rid of the studios that they have there, but you could. You've got the space.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just so small, and I'd love for it to be bigger. Because truly, we were just talking about this. I was like, it makes less sense for me to go to that park, not because it's not fun, but because I'm like, it's just small in comparison. Yeah, even going to Disneyland is better off than that because it's just so big. You have so many opportunities, so many rides. There's only so many rides you can go on at Universal.
Out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think about it, I go, and especially with Brooklyn, I'm like, okay, you have the Super Mario one if you can get lucky enough to get in there, which I haven't been on, haven't even seen that, and keep forgetting that that's there. You have two Harry Potter rides, but one of them is stupid and short. And even Brooklyn was like, it's dumb. I don't like it. So you got one. You have the Mummy ride. You have the Transformers ride.
Jurassic World.
Simpsons
ride.
Yeah, but I don't like the Simpsons ride. Neither do you because it makes you sick.
Yeah, but every ride makes me sick.
I don't think Brooklyn would like it. So that's 5 rides.
Now, I have heard tell that maybe the Simpsons land might change into a Bob's Burgers land.
That would be better. I would be excited about that.
And look, they have Wonder Wharf already. So it's already built.
They have a Wonder Wharf?
No, I'm sorry. On Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
They have Wonder Wharf that's got roller coasters.
Oh yeah, of course. It's already built in.
They'd have the shark from
that'd be funny. The shark.
The deepening. 3 deepening.
Yeah, they'd for sure have the roller coaster that Louis slapped. What's his name?
What?
Boo.
Oh yeah, from
yeah, the boys band. That's it.
Yeah, it's
that's
Schmidt.
why I slap him so bad.
It's Schmidt from New Girl.
Yeah, but she
Boys
slaps,
for Now.
Boys for Now, but she slaps him. You know when he gets off and it's the one thing she wanted to do. They have that roller coaster that they all went on. You have the swan thing or whatever it was when all of the turkeys were attacking and they're in that thing and they're hiding.
The teacup deal or whatever it is.
Yeah, bumper cars, whatever it is.
Oh, so good. Well,
I'm just saying.
Are you listening? Universal/Disney, because that's what's tricky is Bob's Burgers is a Fox property that was purchased by Disney, but it's also at Universal potentially. But The Simpsons is the same thing. So I don't know.
Spider-Man is a Sony property that was used by Disney, so why can't we just share?
Sharing
is caring.
It can be fun, but mostly it's not. We'll see what happens. But that's been our theme park and documentary update for this week. Anyway, time to wrap it up. Is there anything that you're looking forward to this week?
Anything I'm looking forward to this week?
I think B will like the fireworks. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you said that you were looking forward to fireworks.
Oh, I didn't. I said Brooklyn will like it.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun. We bought a movie poster for the summer of like, watch these must-see animated films. And so we're going to try to start scratching some of those off. We haven't really done it.
Yeah, and just for context, it's a scratch off like a lottery ticket. So you'll have like a poster of, let's just call it How to Train Your Dragons. And half of it or a dragon or something will be covered by like a silver thing.
So you, like,
and as you watch it, you scratch it off. Yeah. So it's fun for us. It's fun for Brooklyn. But tell me about what we're doing this week.
Yeah, we're going to watch Shrek this week. And so we're going to theme it out a little bit and do some green things. Not onions, because she doesn't like onions.
Yeah, you're talking about foods.
Yeah, so we're going to green foods and different things like that.
We're going to theme it out, see what we can do.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
She's a theme kind of girl, and by she, I mean you.
And Brooklyn will love it.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. Not that the three of us haven't already seen Shrek, because we all have.
But for some reason, that's one I wanted to watch. So
yeah, we'll do that. Shrek. And How to Train Your Dragon is on there. Any animated movie that you can think of, probably on there.
Well, Brooklyn and I tried to watch How to Train Your Dragon, but it's not on any streaming service that I could find. I had to pay for it. And I was like, hell no.
Yeah, How to Drain Your Dragon is a very different thing.
That's not what I said.
You kind of did.
How to train those dragons of yours.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 should have been called How to Train Your Dragons.
It should have.
It should have, but it wasn't. Yeah. We'll find it, and if we have to rent
it's
it, we'll rent it. We'll make it happen.
I didn't want to rent it without you being there to watch it, because you had talked about how you wanted to watch it too.
That's
and
fair.
It also felt like $8 to rent a film was a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. It's usually like
maybe
$4.
We'll just buy it for the $10.99 instead or whatever. I was like, dang. Anywho.
Well, we got that. We also got a little 4th of July get together with some friends. We were invited over to go swim with Brooklyn and hang. So we're doing that.
Yeah.
Which will be good. And then other than that, I think it's pretty chill. No gigs till the following week. We're going to be painting doors still and making it all happen. And hopefully.
Oh, and we did a Pilates class.
We talked about that last week.
Did we?
We did. But we're also doing.
I signed up for another Pilates class.
Another Pilates class. Pilates class? Pilates? How to Train Your Pilates?
We're going to try a new place out and see if we like that one better, but I'm excited.
That's right. We are still recovering from the first one, but we're almost ready to go.
Trying to find a place.
Another 2 weeks, we might be ready to go again.
Oh, and my friend got a job at NBC Universal.
That's very cool.
And
we should tell her about dragons.
We should. And I'm going to go and visit her at her work.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm going to go visit her and see her little office that she has and a little golf cart maybe. And then we're going to go grab some drinks. But
oh, that's going to be cool.
I got to figure out what to bring her. Like what to put in her office for her, you know?
Yeah.
Something cool.
Something.
I don't know what.
We'll figure it out. See. But until then, enjoy your week. Happy 4th of July. Hope you have a great time. Whatever you're doing, hanging out by yourself, hanging with family, barbecuing, swimming, watching television, or fireworks. Whatever makes your little heart happy. But whatever you do, we hope you spend most of your time
hardly working.
Bye. And don't forget to eat more chicken.